What's up, everybody? I'm the Manadork. I don't have a catchphrase, but what I do have is another standard 8 rare deck for you. And today we are trying out a different build for Arabella, Abandoned Doll. Red-white for a 1/3 legendary artifact creature toy that whenever it attacks, deals X damage to each opponent and we gain X life, where X is the number of creatures we control with power 2 or less. So last time we tried it more in a tokens sort of build. Today we are putting it in a shell along the lines of the traditional BOROS Convoke. Other creatures we've got in here are going to be 4 Yotian Frontliner, 4 Novice Inspector, 1 Recruitment Officer. It's going to give us a little bit of a card selection later on, which is also sort of the point of the 1 copy of Irreverent Gremlin from the new set. 1 in a red for a 2/2 menace, and whenever another creature we control with power 2 or less enters, we may discard a card, and then if we do draw a card, that only triggers once per turn, but I think that's going to be enough. Got 3 copies of Splitskin Doll. 1 in a white for a 2/1 artifact creature toy. When it enters, we draw a card, and then discard a card unless we control another creature with power 2 or less. 4 Resolute Reinforcement. 2 Sanguine Evangelist, 4 Imodane's Recruiter, 4 Knight-Errant of Eos. The only spells in the non-creature spells in the deck are going to be 4 Gleeful Demolition, 3 Case of the Gateway Express. One thing that we're going to have an advantage on over older builds is we've got a little bit more to work with for artifacts for the Gleeful Demolition. We've got the Frontliner. We've got the token off the Inspector. Arabella is a artifact, so we can cash in a multiple copy if we happen to draw 2 or 3. And Splitskin is also an artifact. So we've got plenty of places to point our demolition. Fueling it all, we got 12 plains, 8 mountains, and 2 Mirrex. Mirrex is going to give us not only more bodies for the Arabella, but bodies that are artifacts for the Gleeful. And that's the deck. Now we know this is already a solid deck. Let's see if Arabella does anything to up the win rate. I'm going to go find an opponent. That'll give you a chance to find the like and subscribe. And I'll see you over there. Alright. See what we got here. We got a plains. What do they got? Green, black. Wormlet. Alright. Alright. Make a couple babies. Get a free lightning helix. And the turn. Doll. They're in a sack of food. Who can blame them? Make you. Split you into 3 things. 7 to the face. Alright. Sweet's Revenge. Our guy gets a little bigger. But there's no stopping us tonight. Dome them for 10, and one blocker is not going to be enough. We can try this. Not great, but we'll see what happens. We draw the red source that we were hoping to get. That's what happens. Runs resolve. All right. Make one of those. Turn it into 3 of those. Swing over. And a 9-point life swing. Alright, they blow up our doll. So we'll kill their toy in response, get in for 3, and solve our case. See what they've got. Another resolve. Into another resolve. Swift Spear. So be it. Make a gremlin. Splitskin. And it doesn't trigger the gremlin because we've got the case going, but that's all right. So the question is, do we swing in? I don't think so. I think we Knight-Errant. They didn't like that one bit. Opponents on the play. We can keep this. Planes out of the opponent and an island. They got the counter? They do, all right. One counter down, 700 to go. Third color. That's crazy. What are you doing with so many colors? Avatar. Overlord. Sure thing. Make a couple dudes. Make another dude. Send those. You want to trade? They trade. All right. We're going to cash that in. Good thing we did. Bah humbug to you. And my dog just snored at you, so take that as well. Another Overlord, all right. Send you in just to see what happens. You can double block? Sure thing. They got every answer for us. Alright. Underground mortuary, nothing in the bin. Ooh, that made the hand a lot better, getting that recruiter right there. Now all we need is our third land. And for the opponent not to do too much. Get in for one. Pop that. Make a frontliner. And pass it back. Oracle of Tragedy. They're going to draw and discard. And they got rid of Rubber Belt. That's not a land. But we can certainly try it. I don't think we attack here. Bitter Triumph on our Gremlin. Defiled Crypt. Make that guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Into another Knight-Errant. Alright, we're going to send everybody because we need to start chipping in a little damage here. Alright. They're looking at our things. Alright. Does this get us to the land? Does not. Alright, we'll just keep building the board. Send with him. They'll probably step in with the frog, and or they'll bitter triumph. That left him at 1 card in hand. Land drop keeps him at 1 card in hand. This seems plausible for our team, unless they're holding the counter spell. See what we got here. Finally get to Recruiter. And send in the clowns. And they're not going to have enough. This will wrap it up. They get to block though, yeah. They get to put in a little effort. But not quite enough to turn the tide. Alright, let's run it. Recruitment Officer. Let's try this Arabella. And get in for one. Land. Send everything. Moment of truth. And they got rid of Oculus. I'm thinking, do they have the reanimation? They don't. Just that guy. Well, let's double up on these. Get in for a little more. Moment of truth again. Although doing it main phase seems like a sign of desperation. I will gladly take desperation from our opponents. Alright. They got something. Alright, that's back in our hand. And that's back in our hand. Let's try these things again. Did that turn buy them enough time? Sleight of hand. Chart a course. And they got their Oculus. All right. So, I think the correct answer is to pop off that thing, drop you for the extra point on the Arabella, and we got him at 1. They got rid of that thing. Not the air. Oh, they got the Arabella as well. Come in for 7. Go back up to 8. Make a little dude. Guess we're going to have to do this. But I think they've got us. That double ghost turn was exactly what they needed. They're back up to 15. And I see no way out of this for us. I think we're going to give it to him. All right. A little slower of a hand than we'd like, but being able to end step reinforcements into the Knight-Errant seems good. There's our star, Arabella. She just needs a mountain, and we'll be in business for her. Dollmaker shop it is. I'm going to go ahead and take care of that problem before it gets too big. No attacks, because if we don't draw a land, we're going to still want to be able to Knight-Errant next turn. Spellbook vendor, sure thing. Suit up the toy. They keep it on top. We do not block. Make another one of these. Get our Knight-Errant. You and you. Now we just need a red source. Another Dollmakers. All right. We're going to flood the board here. So the question is, what sort of trick do they have for 1 mana, if any? Let's see what the scry is first. They keep it, all right. What do you got? All right. Trading our 4/4s. Evangelist. 1, 2, 3, 4. Convoke out a Knight-Errant. And we go shopping a little. Those two, because we still haven't drawn into a red source. At this point, I don't think we're going to need it. Ghostly Dancers might change the equation a little bit. Block one of those. We go to 5. There's our red source. I don't think this is going to be enough to get us there, but math is for blockers. So we'll see what happens. Where do we want to put the +1? Over there. I don't know, it looks like it is going to be enough. Hooray for our side. And that's the deck. I'm very happy with how it performed. We wound up with an 8-3 record. So, you know, known quantity is still a known quantity. I didn't feel any sort of detraction from the win rate because of the Arabella, but I'm not sure she's the best in a, you know, strictly numbers sense to have in this slot. But it was definitely fun. I definitely got a thrill out of seeing the opponent get, you know, Lightning Helixed for 10 or 12. So if you're still here, thanks for making it to the end of the video. I appreciate you taking the time to hang out and watch me play some games. Feel free to leave a comment if you like what you saw, or if there's anything you'd like to see me do differently. Don't forget to like the subscribe and button the smash, or whatever it is you do to show that you appreciate the video. Thanks again for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next one.